So as part of ENMU Lone Star Conference Greyhound and Zia Week, I'm Sean Manzi with head coach of the women's soccer team, Todd Padgett. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So you're originally from Albuquerque, and so now you've played in the RMAC. What has been your cognizance of the Lone Star and what it entitles?
Well, I no doubt about it. I think the Lone Star is one of the best conferences in the country. You know, the talent level that the schools in the Lone Star are able to pull with their connections in Texas are very evident. The talent pool in Texas on the women's soccer side of things is very, very good. So I think that is obviously one reason why the Lone Star is as strong as it is. You know, you're talking about year in, year out national contenders like Midwestern State, West Texas A&M. I know Abilene Christian has been very strong the last couple years, and you know, the list goes on and on and on in terms of the teams that have the ability to compete year in and year out. And it's a wonderful thing to be part of the conference because you know from top to bottom, there's a lot of parity, and you know, you don't see too many games in the conference that are 3, 4, 5 goal games, and I think that speaks volumes to the parity that we do have. And obviously, what we're trying to do at Eastern New Mexico is catch up with the Midwestern states and West Texas, and that's obviously my goal is to become a program that is in the NCAA, fighting for an NCAA bid year in and year out, like the Midwesterns, the West Texases, the Abilene Christians, the Angelo States, the A&M Commerce. And I know I'm leaving some out, but the parity in the conference is what makes it one of the best conferences in the country.
Good. And how do you have a time frame for when you'd like to accomplish that?
Absolutely. You know, obviously every coach optimistically says next season. You know, our goal is to be in the NCAA tournament next season. Is that realistic? In my eyes, yes. Probably in some others, no. You know, we're not as well funded as many programs in the Lone Star, but that's not a concern of mine. I think we have wonderful resources at our disposal at Eastern New Mexico with the lottery scholarship, and you know, I'm going to plan on using that to kind of supplement the difference between what we have here on the athletic budget things at Eastern compared to some of the other schools in the conference. But you know, I think the goal is next year we're competing for the NCAA tournament, and if it doesn't end up happening, will I look at the season as a failure? Absolutely not, because I think that we're gonna find that the strides that we take next season are impressive, no matter whether we're an NCAA tournament team or not. But obviously the goal, like every team in the conference, is to get ourselves in the NCAA tournament, and that's true next season.
Mm-hmm. Have you had a chance? I mean, we're scheduling spring ball and tournaments and matches. Have you had a chance to take a look at any of your competition lately?
You know, I got a little bit of a taste being at the RMAC last season. We did play West Texas A&M in Eastern New Mexico. We did come out of both those games with victories at Fort Lewis College, and both teams were very, very good. So I know the talent that exists in the Lone Star Conference. In terms of seeing them play this spring, I haven't had that chance yet. I don't know that I will this spring, but you know, I think that as competitive as the RMAC and the Lone Star have been over the past 5 to 10 years, both on the men's side and women's side, I don't think there's a tremendous amount of secrets between the two conferences. I think for the most part, most teams know each other well. They know what systems and philosophies each team will use. So I like to think that I have a pretty good idea of the systems and philosophies that teams are using in the Lone Star.
So since you say that you know these teams pretty well, are you going to change up what Eastern has established, or are you going to start with your own system?
It's a brand new system. It's absolutely a brand new system, and without giving too much away, it's of course a system that's going to be based on possession. and that's I think a little bit different than the approach that the program's taken in the past couple years. I think it's been a little bit more of a direct approach, and certainly there's I think pros and cons to both systems, and I think as a coach it's important to realize what your system and philosophy is, and throughout the years as a player and a coach, I've I guess became intrigued by the possession-oriented systems, and just really truly believe that that's the way the game's supposed to be played. It's called the beautiful game for a reason, and it's not because the ball's kicked up and down the field. I truly believe it's the beautiful game because it's the player's ability to possess the ball and move off the ball is the reason why it's called the beautiful game.
Highlighting how well we've done on the men's side, as high as 17th in the nation, second in the Lone Star. How do you think that the women's side can answer back to that?
Well, obviously Harold's built a wonderful program here at Eastern, and he deserves a tremendous amount of credit for doing so. So obviously we're looking to essentially be what Harold is becoming, and that's a team that's fighting for the first, second, third placement in the conference, and fighting for the ability to host the conference tournament. And if we put ourselves in the mix of the top 2 or 3 teams in the country, then I think we're going to find ourselves with the ability to get into that national tournament. So congratulations to Harold, and I hope he keeps things going, and we're trying to get at that same spot that he's progressing to.
Well, good. And as part of Z and Greyhound Week, we thank you, Todd Padgett.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.